stuck with no motivation but a mountain of work? Here's what nobody tells you about finishing anyway. Waiting for motivation is the biggest trap you can fall into when you want to get things done. You think motivation will appear like a signal, a green light flashing in your brain. But that rarely happens. Instead, it hides behind your excuses and distractions. People often believe motivation is like a spark that must come first. If you do not feel it, you should wait until it shows up. That is a myth. Waiting only delays action and increases frustration. The truth is motivation usually follows action, not the other way around. Starting something, even a tiny step, can create the momentum your brain craves. Your brain rewards movement with a sense of progress, which then fuels motivation. If you wait for motivation, your work piles higher and your stress grows. But if you start moving now, you break the cycle of waiting and stalling. Here is something that will help. Begin with the smallest step possible. Not a whole project or a big task, but something tiny and manageable. For example, spend just 5 minutes tidying one small corner of your desk. Or open a blank document on your computer. That is enough to turn the key. These tiny steps break the freeze that holds you back. They are like small sparks that light a bigger flame inside your brain. Once you take that first step, your brain releases dopamine, the chemical that makes you feel rewarded. That rush motivates you to keep going. It does not take a long or complicated task to start this process. Even a simple action triggers your brain into work mode. So if you feel stuck, pick the easiest, quickest task and do it for just a few minutes. The relief from starting, even in a small way, can be surprising. Now, here's something else that many people overlook. Your environment silently influences your ability to work. Changing your surroundings can trick your brain into productivity without relying on willpower. Try moving to a different room or a new spot in a cafe. Removing distractions like your phone or noisy tabs can make a huge difference. Some people use specific music playlists to signal to their brain that it is work time. These environmental cues create a mental trigger. When you see or hear them, your brain switches into focus mode almost automatically. This makes starting and sustaining work feel easier, even when motivation is low. Your environment is like a backstage crew setting the scene for your performance. Adjust the lighting, reduce clutter, or play the right sounds, and your brain will respond. This is not about forcing yourself, but about gently guiding your focus with smart changes around you. These small but intentional shifts in your environment prime your mind to work without the struggle of willpower. So if you are feeling stuck, experiment with where and how you work. Sometimes the trick is not to find motivation inside, but to set up your surroundings to invite it in. Deadlines push us forward when motivation is missing because they create pressure outside ourselves. They tap into a natural urgency that bypasses our internal doubts or fatigue. Without an external deadline, tasks drift endlessly. So, make deadlines real even if nothing official sets them. Try telling a friend you will finish a project by Friday. That simple promise triggers accountability far stronger than just planning alone. If friends are not an option, apps and timers step in perfectly. Set a countdown on your phone or use a productivity app that nudges you toward your goals. A ticking clock creates a mild sense of tension that flips your brain into action mode. But here's the thing, deadlines work best when paired with someone else watching your progress. Create a buddy system where you check in daily or weekly. That social pressure can be the nudge you need when your own drive is zero. For example, share your to-do list with a colleague or a friend and update each other. It's harder to postpone work when you know someone else expects to hear from you. Use apps designed for accountability too. Platforms where you commit publicly or schedule check-ins add layers of external motivation. Even simple timers that break work into manageable chunks can trick your brain into starting. Once you begin, momentum often takes over. Shifting gears, another way to lower resistance is to turn your work into play or an experiment.